Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Happy Mind, Happy Life podcast, where we take a few minutes each week to pause, breathe, reflect, and connect about how we can create more peace, more joy, and more calm in our everyday life. I'm your host, Michelle Werdeman, and I am so grateful you decided to hit play today. What is happening, my friends? Welcome back to the Happy Mind, Happy Life podcast. I am super grateful you decided to join me today because it's funny. This was not a planned episode, but I read something in my book this morning and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot not share this because it was so powerful and exactly what I needed to hear today. And that I feel like just keeps happening. Like I keep seeing or hearing the perfect things right when I need them. So whenever you are listening to this, I hope the same for you. I mentioned a couple podcast episodes ago that I am reading this book called The Pivot Year, and it's 365 Days to Become the Person You Truly Want to Be by Brianna Wiest. And today's small paragraph hit me in the face. It was everything. So I want to share it with you. And it goes, nurture and engage in the most stunning aspects of yourself. Give the majority of your time to your greatest strengths. You are not here to simply compensate for your weaknesses, to level yourself out in every possible direction. You are not here to grow the parts of you that were never destined to come fully into form. Yeah. So that really just hit home for me today because when I read it and I paused and it made me think so many of us spend a lot of our time focusing on the parts of ourselves we wish were different. And, whether it's a habit we wish we had better control over or the ways that we feel like we fall short, whether it's physical or job related, whatever that is, like the things that we feel like we constantly just need to fix. And this message was saying something completely different. Like, what if our real work isn't obsessing over our weaknesses or trying to fix parts about us? What if our real work is nurturing the most beautiful parts of who we already are? So I just sat with that this morning and I asked myself, what is one of my strongest qualities that I have? And the first thing that came to mind is I'm a really caring person. And I care deeply for obviously my kids and my family and my friends. And I care so much about the people who come to my meditations and the sound baths. And I just care about helping people really ultimately feel calmer and more joy and just more connected. And so I sat with that and something else occurred to me. We don't often talk about our strengths out loud. In fact, many of us feel, I think, a little bit uncomfortable even saying them because somewhere along the way, we learned that talking about our strengths might sound a little conceited or arrogant or kind of like we're bragging. So instead, we have a tendency to just stay quiet about them. And then we focus on our flaws. We point out what we need to work on and we tell ourselves all the ways we could be better. But what if just acknowledging your own strengths isn't bragging? It's not conceited. And maybe it's just simply being aware and just bringing that awareness to those strengths. Because the truth is, every single one of us has qualities that are beautiful and strong. Maybe you're somebody who's deeply compassionate or incredibly resilient or super creative or thoughtful. Maybe you're somebody who brings calm energy into a room, or maybe you're the life of the party and you make people feel seen. Those aren't small things. Those are powerful, powerful aspects of who you are. And then it also occurred to me, and I talk about this quite a bit, like that whole idea of what we focus on and give our energy to, those areas grow. So if we're spending a lot of our time focusing on what we think is wrong with us and what we need to fix and what we wish were different, that's where our attention and our energy go. And while obviously, as a coach, like there's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to grow or improve in certain areas of our lives. But what if we asked ourselves this question? Like, would it be more productive to spend more energy nurturing our strengths and allowing those parts of ourselves to grow and expand and to flourish and really ultimately be the guide of the direction and where our life goes? Because when we nurture our strengths, something really, really beautiful happens. Like they begin to ripple outward. So for me, one of my other strengths is being creative. And it's funny because I always used to joke, like, I'm not artistic, I'm not whatever, because I can barely draw a stick figure. But when I think about it, just because I can't draw doesn't mean I'm not an artist. I'm creative. I've created affirmation cards. I've created journals and my podcast and my app. And when I think about that, when I'm creating something, whether it's writing, recording, preparing a sound bath, whatever, I feel really aligned and it energizes me. It feels like the most, natural kind of version of myself. And the more I lean into that creativity, the more it spreads into other areas of my life. Like the more ideas come, the more inspiration flows. Like I feel really just connected to what I'm doing. So I wanted to just hop on here today because I want to offer you a very simple question. And it might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first to answer, but I invite you to try it anyway. Just ask yourself, like, what is one of my greatest strengths? And if it feels awkward to say it out loud, that's okay. Maybe you can write it down, say it quietly to yourself, or share it with somebody you trust. But let yourself acknowledge it, because when we name our strengths, we become more aware of how we can use them. And once you've identified at least one strength, you can name multiple, but do at least one. Ask yourself another question. How can I intentionally use this strength today? Like if you're somebody who's very caring, maybe today you can check in with someone who might need support or offer somebody, maybe even a stranger, like a compliment. Or if you're somebody who's also creative, maybe today you can make something. If you're someone who brings calm into a room, maybe today you can offer that calm to someone who's overwhelmed. Your strengths are not accidental, my friends. They are a part of what makes you uniquely you. And the world doesn't need a perfectly polished version of you, especially like you look at all these social media people and the AI and all that craziness. Like the world needs the real version of you expressed through your strengths. So today, instead of focusing on what you might need to fix, try nurturing what is already beautiful inside of you and just see where that leads. And I would love for you to share with me what you found. I always love hearing from people. So please do share if you want. You can just send me a message, michelle@mbwliving.com. I would really love to hear from you. So yes, I hope today you can take a moment, celebrate your strengths, see how you can continue to make them blossom. And wherever and whenever you're listening to this, I hope you have a fabulous day, my friends. Till next time, cheers. Thank you so much for listening to the Happy Mind, Happy Life podcast. If today's episode inspired you, please share it with a friend or someone who you think could use a little extra calm and joy today. And to stay connected, follow me on Instagram at mbwliving or visit mbwliving.com And remember, a happy mind truly creates a happy life. Cheers.